Hey there, Aries, and welcome to your July 2017 love reading with Divine Love Tarot. All right, thank you for joining me. If it's your first time with me, I want to welcome you. And if you're back from another video, then welcome again. And thank you so much for taking the time out to watch my videos, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start the reading. I've shuffled the cards already, and we're going to do, I'm going to do the past, present, and future love spread, okay? So, Aries, let's go ahead and get started with the reading. The first card in your past position is the Eight of Pentacles. The next card in your past position is the Five of Pentacles. And the next card in your past position is the Four of Cups, okay? And so we'll start with the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is a card that represents moving on. Could represent travel, also acting with haste, okay? So in the past position, it can represent a time when you reacted rashly or maybe impatiently and it didn't quite pay off for you, or things didn't work out the way you quite expected. Okay. Also represents a time where maybe you could have been bored in the relationship and acted out in some sort of way. Okay, but this also is like a sudden and fast moving energy. So whatever it represents, it just came on kind of quickly. So whether it was a rash decision, an impulsive move, whatever it was, it came about pretty quickly. Okay. So basically something unexpected happened and it transformed you in somehow. Okay, because this also represents transformation. So we'll move on to the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles represents lack, okay? But since it's a relationship reading, that's your mindset, okay? You feel like something's missing or lacking from the relationship. You feel like you're missing out on something, insecurities and worries. So in the past position, it says that you gave up on hope in the past. And you giving up on hope in the past is a catalyst for whatever your current situation is, okay? And it's asking you to learn from that. It's asking you to learn from the fact that you might have felt dissatisfied with your relationship, but you weren't seeing things clearly, okay? You were only focused on perhaps your feelings, perhaps your dissatisfaction, your boredom, your whatever it was that you felt was missing, and you acted irrationally, or you acted rashly, I should say, on this feeling here, okay? But this card is basically asking you to put this in your past and learn from it, okay, so that you don't make the same mistakes now in your present or in your future. All right, so then we move on to the Four of Cups, which is another card that represents boredom and disappointment and satisfaction. And what all three of these cards kind of have in common is that it's not so much that the actual state of the relationship, it was the feeling that you had at the time. Okay, because once again with the Four of Cups, similar to the Five of Pentacles, you're focusing on the one empty cup and not paying attention. I'm sorry, things were moving and I don't know why. Okay, so you're focusing on the one empty cup and you're not paying attention that you still have three full cups here, things that are good here. You're focusing on what's causing you discontent here. Okay, here you're focusing on what you feel like is missing. Okay, but you're not seeing that, you know, back here could be possibly help, or you're here focusing, you're beat up, but you're not paying attention to this person who really wants to help you. Okay, you're just focused on your pain. And here is once again it's telling us that, you may have been bored or dissatisfied somehow and you acted prematurely somehow on that feeling. Okay, so these three cards are together. It can indicate just a general it can also indicate the initial honeymoon phase died down, okay, and you felt that inadequate somehow. All right, because some people think that that honeymoon phase is going to last forever, and then when it doesn't, you're kind of looking around like, well, what now? Okay, so this could have been the what now period. For someone else, this period might have resulted in some type of succumbing to temptation, because that's another card. This is another indication of this particular card, okay? That you might have succumbed to temptation out of your boredom, out of your dissatisfaction, out of your need for change. Okay, so um, this card can also possibly represent promiscuity in some cases. All right, but your current situation is defined by an opportunity that you did not take when this card is concerned. So once again, this card is a card about missing opportunities. Okay, and this card is saying that in this position, you missed out on something, and your current situation is a reflection of that missed opportunity. So let's go ahead and see what cards you have in your present position. Okay, the first card we have in the present position is the Queen of Cups. Okay, next card we have in the present position, the Ace of Swords, and the next card is the Hierophant. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups can represent a powerful woman who's influential in your life. This card can represent a mature woman who, she's mature, sensitive, calm, and compassionate. All right, and if this is not a person in your life, possibly a water sign female, it can also represent your current state of emotions. Okay, so currently you may be going through a period that requires you to be a little bit more patient and mature than you have been in the past. Okay, I can see that. You know, we can see that, right? Okay, so it's urging you basically to move towards, or move basically trust your feelings and your gut and go with those. Okay, it's asking you to trust your intuition and move towards what your emotion is driving you. Okay, if it's a particular person, if it's to move your relationship forward, this card is urging you to do that. This card is also asking you to get in touch with your emotions. Okay, you may be in denial about how you feel about someone. Okay, particularly your partner or your potential partner. Okay, so um, you may be suffering. You may need to nurture, I should say, I'm sorry, some wounded emotions. Okay, but this card is basically asking you to follow your intuition and your feelings. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords represents a new beginning, okay? And it's a powerful new beginning. This card represents rationality and clarity in your thoughts and communication, okay? It represents coming to terms with the truth, even if you've been ignoring that truth, all right? In the present position, it's saying that you're in a good place mentally and you can view things more objectively. In love, it's saying to basically trust your intuition and that now is the time to kind of speak your mind, all right? Also can represent that your problems are possibly unsolvable, because when the ace is present, the ace is cutting through the muck, okay? Cutting through the crap, cutting out anything that doesn't serve you anymore. So sometimes the Ace of Swords can also represent that it's time to end a relationship. Okay, so maybe that's why you need to be a little bit more mature in how you handle this situation. Okay, maybe in the past you acted out versus, maybe just being clear about what was bothering you and ending the relationship. Because if you're not happy in a relationship, and that's another, I'm sorry, it just came to my mind that the Four of Cups in the past position means that your discontent is current. Okay, so this card's energies spill over into the current. I think both of these cards' energies spilled over into the current position, and you're feeling discontent, and nothing is helping that. Okay, that's what the Four of Cups was also saying. So if you are discontent and you need to do something about it, you may need to have that mature conversation. So follow your instincts, and this card is also asking you to follow your instincts. So that's two different paths, okay? That's two different people, two different groups of people that I'm talking about. So you have one group who um, they're connecting with their emotions and they're coming to terms about how they feel about someone, and they might have a new beginning with this person after the conversation has been had and things have been cleared up, okay? And for another group of people, this could also be coming to terms about not wanting to be with a person, and then here having the conversation and the clarity and following your intuition and in a mature way ending things, okay? So two different people, because like I said, this can represent that the problems are unsolvable and it's a mutual decision to part ways, okay? This card can also indicate that someone in the relationship is maybe perhaps a little controlling or sort of like a dictator, okay? And also that one of the partners is possibly infatuated with the other partner. So if you're the person that's infatuated, then maybe the Queen of Cups is asking you to, hey, you know what, let's handle this in a more mature fashion, because in the past we've done things impulsively and it hasn't worked out for us, okay? So let's kind of temper ourselves now so we don't end up in a position where we're dissatisfied and we're bored and we feel like things are not working out. If a person isn't right for you initially, you may get excited about them and jump on things, and then after a while you realize that, you know what, this is not what I want in this situation. I'm not getting what I want out of the situation. All right, that's also what the Five of Pentacles can represent. So then we move on to the Hierophant in your present position. And the Hierophant is the card of conformity and kindness, okay? Kind of like the tradition of society being obeyed. But even though this card represents tradition, it can also represent things that are non-traditional, okay? And so this card represents some sort of mutual agreement, all right? Two people creating their own tradition together without judgment, okay? Or a decision that's made without judgment. This can also symbolize sacred love or a spiritual connection between the partners, all right? And this card also can represent stability and commitment. So whenever you see this card, there has been some type of agreement. Okay, you see these keys? All right, this is mutual. All right, there's two different keys here. It's not just one key. So that's two people who have come to something. So it could be that you guys have decided to have a non-traditional relationship, okay? Sometimes maybe if you were coming out of this situation in the past, if someone did step out of the relationship and there was some sort of temptation that they succumbed to, or some type of external affair, you guys may decide to stay together and have this conversation, but maybe now you've decided to have an open relationship. So that's just another option that I'm giving you based on the cards that I see in front of me. Or vice versa, if you did cheat and you guys have the conversation, you're going to have a more traditional relationship where it's just you, just your partner, no more of the you're bringing the stability, so there's no more of the cheating, no more funny business. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what cards are in the future position and how this all plays out. Okay, so the first card in your future position is the Ten of Pentacles. The next card is the Sun card, and the next card is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles is basically a sign that, you're gaining wealth and love. Your relationship is expanding, possibly your family is expanding, okay? But there's growth in your relationship, and that in this position, especially in the future position, your relationship will be fulfilling, or you will feel fulfilled. Okay, this card can represent marital bliss and the expansion of your family. Think I already said that. So this card represents a better future. Okay, things are going to move on to the next level because here you see the man and the woman, they're together. This represents commitment. This represents a stable bond. Okay, and then you move on to the next card in the future, and that's the Sun card. And the Sun card represents success and richness and wealth, optimism, joy, and enthusiasm. Okay? So this card is saying that everything is good, everything is okay, everything is positive. The Sun card expresses love in a powerful way. All right, this is not just romantic love. This represents a deep bond. Look at the way these people look at each other. There's a deep connection and a deep bond between these two people. Okay, and your emotions run very deep for each other. Okay, this also represents the fading of misunderstandings in your relationship. All right, so also if you were having any doubts about your partner, what the sun does, the sun comes in and it shines a light on everything. Okay, on the shadows, on the dark energies, on the dark parts of your relationships. So if you had any doubts about your partner, the sun is going to come in and you're going to receive clarity. All right, and let's move on to the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is another beginning, okay? So maybe this is the fresh start that you guys have after possibly some of the, strife that you had in the past reading. But this also can represent in a committed relationship. It can represent turning your focus towards financial security. Okay, so if you guys have committed to each other, this card can say that you guys are now focusing on building your financial wealth together. Okay, or maybe just something that you guys have, a project or something that you guys have started together to do together. All right, but this card is also saying that things are headed in a positive and satisfying direction. You see each other as relationship material. This card also sometimes indicates a relationship where one of the partners is more financially secure or financially stable than the other, which there's nothing wrong with that. The only warning is that you want to be careful that your partner, if you are the more stable one, that this person isn't only attracted to you because of your money or isn't just using you for your money. All right. And so that's something else that the Sun card could be shedding a light on. And that's not necessarily a deal breaker for some people, because if you can afford to support someone and you love that person, then there's nothing wrong with that. But you just want to make sure that that person also loves you, okay? You don't want to be, or, maybe you do want to be. I'm not sure. Who am I to tell you? The Hierophant was here, so who knows? If you don't mind being in a relationship with somebody that's just using you because you want them, or, maybe you guys have children together and you're not going to break up that happy home, so that's not really a detail that bothers you, then there's no harm, no foul, okay? But altogether, it seems like this relationship, one relationship in particular has come around. Okay, you guys started off kind of shaky, from a shaky past. You're having some good communication now. If with good and honest communication, this is what you have waiting for you in your future. Okay, because once again, as with any tarot card reading, this is not a clear snapshot of your future, because everyone has free will. You have free will, your partner has free will, other people that may be, influenced in your relationship also have free will. So these, it's all about intention. Okay, so if you, in your current position, right, follow through and have a positive intention and have that positive conversation with your partner, okay, and clear things up. Whether you decide to stay together or you don't, you do have a future that can involve a deep bond and commitment, okay, and financial success together, mutual financial success. If you take care of whatever issues that you had affecting you from the past. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that reading, Aries. Also, I have up weekly readings They're called quick and dirty readings. So I've already done the readings for the week of July 2nd to the 8th. If you want to check those out and see, it's just a snapshot into your energy, the relationship energy for the week. Okay, so check those out and let me know what you think. All right, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to get some more cool videos from me. Okay, I'll be branching out and doing different kinds of readings as the mood hits me. So you never know what you're gonna get with me. But thanks for joining me at Divine Love Tarot, and I hope you guys are enjoying your summer. Bye.